the same thing, so it was always from the heart, really. Kitch, Banzai's or Nexus, he asks. Let me get some food. Oh, thinking about that. Basically, it's a Banzai or Nexus question. I had a bit of a think about this. It's a brilliant question, by the way. Both. I couldn't decide on one or the other. Another question asks me to decide, but I don't think I could. The Banzai's was great because it was something that started off in 1986 with my mates. Started playing paintball, and we played as friends, and we got competitive, and we actually got good at paintball, and we carried on getting better and better, and I suppose near the end of near the end of Banzai's, we'd almost started farming in some extra players to bolster up our team. As people like Dino came in and started to play for us, and it sort of diluted it a little bit. Dino's a great guy, and I'm not just sort of picking on him. It's just the name that's come to my head, and he did make us better as a team. But he was never there at the beginning, the offset, and he was not really the friend that we'd sort of created a team from. The problem with Banzai was near the end of the Banzai era, the guys were playing paintball because out of habit, not necessarily out of the passion to do it. The last event we ever did was Marshalling Campaign Cup, and at that event I told them I was leaving, and so did Jack, and for the vast majority of the Banzais that was the last time they ever played. And that to me sort of says, that they were just doing it because it was almost a habit-forming thing where they play paintball because they enjoyed playing it. And then once the reason or the person that drove them to go and play it had gone away, there was no reason to do it anymore. And the Nexus guys was just an absolutely different level. The infrastructure as far as actually running it and all that was there. But it just as the whole competitive side, the travelling around the world, and trying to compete at the very, very highest level. And I think we did to a certain extent. I don't think we ashamed ourselves. We were definitely, our performance definitely was not as good as we were. We did let ourselves down a few times in performance-wise. I ended up choosing my team number for Nexus as 9, but that was after a while. It was because we always used to come 9th. On the top 8 qualifying, you're always 9th. It was a little bit of a hard thing to swallow. But I love all the guys that I played with Banzai, still friends with a lot of them, and love all the guys that I played with on Nexus. And I'm not choking up here. I've just got a bit of hot sauce in my throat. I still love to go out with him, and we're planning on going out soon with the Nexus lads. Had a great night out at Campaign Cup, just chilling out in the bars, getting drunk and talking bollocks like we do. So hopefully that answers that question. Bolter. Back when custom shop back when you were a custom shop, what was your favourite marker that you guys eclipsed? I think I'd probably answered that before. Cocker, probably. I did used to enjoy messing around doing, we've done one ever eclipse pump, Cocker pump. We used to do the Sterling, which was quite fun, and we did some eclipse spiders, but I suppose Cocker would be the one that we tinkered around and had the most sort of success with. That was a pretty good thing for us. Gambo 47. What do you see the next development in super guns and hoppers will be? I don't know. The whole thing at the moment with the rate of fire getting slower. People still want quick firing machine guns, lighter, faster, cooler. I think we'll still get that. I'm not sure what will happen next. I think there's it's certainly nothing that we've been developing. This thing that Titman tried to do with integral gas supplies in the guns and things like I mean, innovation's happening all around us, and the paintball technology tends to just take it from what other big industries are doing. I mean, we're just going along, plodding along in doing our thing, and I mean, I don't have anything on the horizon which is gonna, there's no laser beams going to be flying out of anywhere that's going to be turning into a paintball just as it gets to you and goes around corners. So I don't honestly know, but do we need it to get any bigger and better? I think what we've got going on is pretty good. The guns are good, reliability is good. I'd like to see a better paintball. I'd like to see, I mean, the loader, I think that Dye brought out is fantastic. It's push on, push off, works great. So I'm happy with that. And I don't know, to be honest. Sorry. Devrilge, what's your ideal vision of UK paintball? If you could have it your way, what would you change? I suppose I'm still a bit old school. All the problems that everybody's talking about we're facing now, I can see if we go back to the way it was, a lot of them going away. But you can't go backwards, so you have to go forwards, and there's no, even if you could go backwards, there's no necessary reason that'll make it better anyway. I'd like to see the fields get bigger. I'd like to see more bunkers. I'd like to see, I don't necessarily think the fields need to be flat. They can have raised sections in them, different shaped bunkers, different shaped fields. I think starting 2 start gates, one at either end, is pretty boring. I've always had an idea of having a square field where you get your start game 1 in opposite each other's like we do now, and you rotate clockwise. So the bunkers and everything, the field walking's a lot harder to do. The field layout, it needs a lot more thinking about. But just something that spectatorable. I mean, I think it's if you're a spectator and you're sat there watching, and you're just watching a team break out from the left and a team break out from the right all the time, it's okay. But wouldn't it be great to be able to see that team then break out at an angle, or then you could see them break out from behind them, and then you could watch and you could see them break out towards you, and then you can see the next time team break out from behind you. So I think it adds an extra element of the game. But I just think it's I think it's good. But I also understand from an organiser's point of view that netting costs a lot of money, field space, things like that. So you need to reduce the size of the field. Well, you don't need to, but the people have, to make it a lot more viable. Because if you look at some of the old pictures when they had 8-foot netting, that was almost sort of everyone's happy with that. If you haven't got 300-foot high netting these days, people complain, and rightly so. But there has to be a compromise, because you can't have 800-foot high netting for safety and make it a viable product. So, you lot stop moaning. Where am I up to? On a silver bike, if it wasn't for Paintball and Planet, what would you be doing in life now? I have no idea. I used to work for a company called Ledz Vehicle Leasing, and I used to work in their credit control department, where I used to do a really crap job, to be honest. Probably be bumming around doing some other really crap job for somebody that really didn't give a toss about me or my life or anything, and probably be depressed. Probably be made redundant by now, as soon as I were in a credit crunch. So yeah, we're on the dole.